The music of Slink, as I once again have problems with blocked ears or whatever with these darn headphones. I don't know. What is up, everybody? This is Jay, aka MultimediaJay, the most idiotic streamer in the world. Glad to be entertaining you folks. Yes, last night was something else altogether. I was very brutally reminded that I need to differentiate between streams and videos as in terms of what to do on what is better at what, and where to put what when it comes to YouTube. Because, oh my goodness. So, I revised everything for tonight. The main overarching thing that I'm thinking about right now is this idea of a stream life crisis, which is what I think a lot of Twitch streamers are going to be running into at some point in the next couple of years, especially as YouTube becomes a more mature streaming platform and more people find out that YouTube streaming isn't all that bad, actually. There's only a couple of features that Twitch really does better than YouTube in a couple of ways, things like gifted subs, custom emotes, and of course you also have better TTV and franker face emotes for people that don't do everything through the UI in this case. But most of what holds YouTube back as a streaming platform is something that could be fixed in the design of things. But fundamentally, I started out talking about the stream life crisis, and then someone in chat showed up and they started talking computers, just like what just happened here. Is your channel dead now? Depends on what dead is. There's a lot of things I've been experimenting this year. And part of experimenting is finding out what works and what doesn't. But you never know what to do and how to get better if you don't try stuff. It's like Thomas Edison. How many times did this guy have to do stuff in order to invent something as simple as the light bulb? Look at the number of times he had to try filaments and stuff like that before he found out tungsten was what glowed. You know, we put way too much of an not, I don't want to say emphasis, but we put way too much of a negative aspect on failure in this country or in our culture. You don't want to fail classes when you're growing up. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. But at the same time, you learn stuff even if things don't work the way you want them to. It's part of how you progress as a human being. And at this point, the big reason, let me just say a couple of things. I had to be reminded of this digging through some of my emails. And yeah, some of these streams are going to be a lot more off base, or not off base, but a lot more freeform, not as focused on things as the rest of the stuff that I do. And that's basically where streaming's niche really is, hanging out and talking about stuff. But there's a couple of things we got to talk about here. I had to be reminded of a couple of very important things about my own YouTube channel. That is a direct hard counter to some of the nasty things people may have been saying about me this year, because I walked away from tech videos to experiment with streaming. And streaming isn't a failure either. It's just that streaming numbers are always a lot smaller than video numbers, specifically because of the limitations of live streaming. I was pretty brutally reminded of this when I saw somebody with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube streaming to only like 50 people or something. You run into those people from time to time and you're reminded, you know what? The numbers are what they are. YouTube streaming is still way smaller than Twitch streaming. Just because it's an environment that's not as saturated with creators as Twitch is, doesn't mean that it's bigger. Twitch is still massively larger than YouTube when it comes to streaming, but there's also way too many people who want to be streamers. So Twitch's larger size is not an advantage. And furthermore, I think that YouTube as a streaming platform is actually going to change people's viewpoints on streaming to the point where they can balance out streaming and videos properly. And if YouTube doesn't do it, Facebook will. So YouTube needs to get their stuff together, because Facebook also has a couple of UI problems of their own, specifically the real names thing. But if Facebook ever solved the inherent privacy issues of real names for Facebook Gaming and Facebook Live, they'd be a lot more competitive. Keep your cold ones ready. We got a lot of talking to do tonight, and not in total silence either. I want to get some music in as well for some of this other stuff. But here's the situation. I actually dug through my emails going back because I had a directory sorted the wrong way, and I spotted an email from YouTube that I received in 2011. nearly 10 years ago. That email was my invitation to the partner program to start monetizing videos. So even though I didn't actually accept the offer until 2016, I was offered partnership in 2011. What was going on my channel in 2011? Polaroid Blu-ray? The wacky world of MultimediaJay wasn't even a thing back then. But what I had at the time, in terms of the MultimediaJay vlog and some of the other stuff I was doing, was enough to gain some kind of, hey, you know, you could be able to monetize your videos. Click here and follow the steps to get your channel approved for monetization. And I blew it off for years, probably to my detriment, because YouTube was more lucrative years ago, and there wasn't as many crazy and wild and crazy ads as there are today to make, you know, to make less ad revenue. But this is a tug of war that YouTube's been dealing with for years. The big reason why I give a darn about monetization is the algorithm. I've seen the direct relationship, and YouTube's own brass has alluded to the direct relationship between ads and but how much money can they make off the content and how well the algorithms are with it. It's why a guy who's into multimedia like me has appliance videos as the most successful videos on the channel that are constantly finding audiences over and over again. And this is one of the things that we have to talk about with regards to people saying do what works, and all these people telling you to look at the numbers and grow your channel by doing what works. If you do what works, you're probably not going to be doing what you really want to do, and your heart's not going to be in it with what you're doing. You have to make the decision. Is this more about, you know, what do I enjoy doing more? What is something I will find more fulfillment in, even if the audience is smaller? Take this multimedia meta discussion. Technically, I've been doing this since the beginning of the channel, all the way back 2006, talking about making presentations and stuff, rookie mistakes, people making their presentations. I got away from that with vlogging, got away from that with tech videos, came back to it. But this is something this is the multimedia meta. This is nerd stuff. This is stuff that probably will not resonate very much with people who don't care about anything besides AV geek type stuff. So let me just see something here. Let me just see something here about this person to stop. Oh, yeah, I can't even click on anything. Okay, so it's kind of like Facebook in that respect. What's in the drop-down menu? Okay, so yeah, you can do... There's some moderation elements as well, but this sort of thing. Is your channel dead now? Are you kidding me? It's only dead when I stop making content. That's it. Doesn't matter if people watch or not, because anybody who says that, your videos only get 20 views in the initial run... You can work on getting that a little higher with working on thumbnails, click-through rate, etc. But I don't think this meta is going to last more than a few more years tops. YouTube is actively working on breaking it. Mouse over previews were a huge part of that. And why don't we get some music going as well? That's one of the things too. I don't want to totally sound like NPR radio guy just because I have a really good setup for making it sound like this. So let the drive spin up and let's get some things going here. Some more music from Slink from the YouTube audio library. DJ Williams is another guy that I'm really a big fan of, but is your channel dead? YouTube is never about the initial run, and this is one of the things that get people obsessed with, is playing the system to grow their channel. You know, because growth matters more than whether you're actually making good stuff or not. And that's why we have channel after channel after channel after channel after channel that follows the meta on YouTube, and the videos are all pretty much the same. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell. Nobody makes videos because they want to anymore. They have to follow this formula. This got ridiculous a long time ago. And what does it get you? More initial views, as opposed to playing YouTube to its strengths, evergreen stuff, and making stuff that might still be interesting months or years down the road. You know, I talk a lot about this whole situation with evergreen content. I don't really mention, and I mention this thing where people have to look at the offline predecessors of online things nowadays. And probably one of the things that we need to talk about with regards to all of this is think about movies. So somebody makes a movie, it comes out, home theater or no home not VHS home video release, DVD, Blu-ray, streams on streaming platforms. It's something evergreen. It's something that's crafted from scratch, refined, made into something that people will like for a very long time. There are also movies that bomb in the box office. They don't do very well, but people like them when they come out on DVD. So they don't mind buying a $10 DVD, but they do mind like the however much it costs movie tickets. So, but you think about it, movies that get older to the point where they can be introduced to a whole new audience, that's the power of evergreen content before it all came onto the internet. As opposed to your latest stream VOD on Twitch. So, there's a couple of things I've gotten away from when it comes to streaming. One of them is just how streaming thrives off of the random and not so focused nature of it. We can sit back, we can talk about stuff, we can go over stuff in the news, we can do whatever. I'm used to always having a plan for everything because I make YouTube videos. So I'm used to, having, going for show flow and things along those lines. But last night, we started off talking about Stream Life Crisis. We talked about technology for a while, and then the internet got totally crapped out by the ISP. They had a hardware failure or something that knocked everything offline just long enough to expire the keep alive period on YouTube, so it turned out to be a separate file. So this is the thing with regards to that. I mean, I have two playlists on my channel, streams and stuff from streams. If there's key stuff from streams that's cool enough to stand on its own, we'll cut that out with the fancy schmancy cloud editor and put it in stuff from streams. But in terms of the streams themselves, streams are basically footage. So it's like, I was thinking about this earlier tonight as I was, getting home, relaxing from the week at work and stuff like that. Streams are kind of like if you ever had that annoying relative who bought a camcorder and reminded you every single holiday the family got together that they had bought a camcorder that one time. Because they show up with the camera, nobody wants to be on camera, and they're like, you know what? What am I doing? I've got one of my cameras right here. Let's fire this up. So, there's that one annoying relative at Christmas and holidays and stuff. They get a camera, they get a camcorder, and they let you know they have it. Every single holiday. They show, smile for the camera! What are you doing? I don't want to be on camera. It's Christmas. I want to enjoy my Christmas. I don't want to be on camera. Oh, come on. Junior's never going to be 8 years old opening up his Christmas presents ever again. Everybody smile! Yeah, like home videos. You have that one annoying relative with the camcorder that always had it, went around filming absolutely everything, never edited anything, and then expected you all to sit down because they put the little wire up to a TV. Let's watch last year's Christmas. It's like 2 hours, dude. It's like 2 hours. So, hey, let's watch last year's Christmas over again. It's like 2 hours. You never edited it. I don't care. I recorded it. That's what this all reminds me of. Let me just check something here with regards to this. All right, let's see here. If you're going to show up and you're going to be disrespectful, then I don't know. Then bada bing. We'll do more of that if need be. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's crazy, how people don't really think about the human side of any of this anymore. It's about messing with people, or it's about getting people to do certain things, but it's not about having fun anymore. Regardless. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do tonight? Stream Life Crisis. That is graphic bait for PowerPoint. Definitely do some of that. First, though, I can't believe how slow the couriers are getting. It's not even Christmas yet. December 2020 is going to be a nightmare for buying stuff online. Got something on order from B&H Photo Video, the Hyperkin Scout controller for SNES. I have a USB version that I was using to play Shovel Knight, but because I want it to feel like a retro controller in some respect. I got the Super Nintendo controller here, but the problem I'm going to have with these Super Nintendo controllers is that this is my original Super Nintendo from the 1990s, and this is the one my step relatives were playing whenever they came over the house. They would get mad and slam the controller on the carpet, and yeah, I'd kick them out of the room and stuff. They keep coming back over and over again, but yeah, so we have to take a look at some of this stuff here that some of these people are doing. So there was a guy on YouTube, or yeah, well technically YouTube, but he's talking Twitch affiliate stuff. He basically took Devin Nash's video on why you should never be a Twitch affiliate, and I said regurgitated. That might be too, that sounds gross, but he literally just repeated Devin's points in a 9-minute video, and Devin's original video is like 40-something minutes. Let me tell you something. If you're gonna do something like that, don't. Take whatever you've been told. Take whatever you've been told and put it to the test. Don't take what anybody tells you at face value. Test, verify, because otherwise you run into a situation where somebody gives you wrong information and you pass it along. So I mentioned the guy made himself look brain dead. That doesn't mean he actually is brain dead. Doesn't mean he's even stupid or anything like that. What it means is that he made himself look really stupid. Because anybody who's seen Devin Nash's video is gonna be able to tell all this guy did to make a YouTube video was just say everything Devin said all over again. And half the time he didn't even have his details straight. It's like, oh yeah, I think Twitch has like a 24 or 48 hour exclusive. No, it's 24 hours of exclusivity. And it's specific to whatever streams on Twitch. When it streams, count off 24 hours. That's when you can use it again without running afoul of the affiliate program. But now the YouTube algorithms are showing me every single video now of everybody who's like, I'm leaving Twitch affiliate. And it's just like, oh, how much more of this am I going to see? It's just like, look, when it comes to, I gotta take this out of the playlist. This was a joke for a single video, and it really doesn't play nice with what I want to play on this show. So, here's the thing. Twitch affiliate will only hold you back if you're a Twitch person. One of those people who's fishbowled by Twitch, and you think Twitch is all there is. You act like Twitch is all there is. Major mistake. Because if you do that, you are putting on a pedestal a platform that is much smaller than YouTube and is much less developed than YouTube. When these commentators talk about no discoverability, what they really mean is weak discoverability technology. And I've critiqued the site design of Twitch so many times, how Twitch, despite their categories and all this other stuff, keeps showing you people you're already following and doesn't really split out who you're following versus who you could follow. Major difference there. So, at the same time, they fail on DMCA by not having a system. There was that guidance that went out, or there was that tweet that went out yesterday about there's some commercial music in a Fortnite event. Oh yeah, just delete your clips and VODs. Here we go again. The only solution, if you want to have any kind of presence as a creator and you're a Twitch streamer, is to barf your content over to YouTube. Enough! I'm sick and tired of all these Twitch people trying to take over the discussion of how YouTube operates. Give me a break. Whether even little details like calling videos VODs, that's a Twitch term. It's video on demand, and there are podcast sites I've seen that have on-demand archives of stuff. But YouTube, things that you make that are videos that are after the fact and not live have been called videos for years. We don't need a new word for that. But really, I mean, it's not the detail that matters, it's the behavior that powers it. It's all these Twitch streamers and all these Twitch commentators who come over here and they talk about YouTube as if they give a darn about YouTube as anything more than a stepping stone. They just want to use the platform because Twitch fundamentally won't do for them what they want it to do. Just enough. Enough already. You're too afraid to save your VODs on Twitch. You're too afraid to save your VODs on Twitch. You want to you don't want to let people take clips of your channel because of possible DMCA strikes. And all of this is a problem because Twitch just didn't have a plan for DMCA. So it's only strikes and the law are all that's available. There is no license like on Facebook. There is no content ID system like on YouTube. They don't have it. And they're getting called out for it. Zach Bussey. Really awesome article that he linked. Billboard.com. The CEO of the NMPA, one of those alphabet soup organizations, what writes all this, National Music Publishers Association. Just complete and total smackdown of Twitch for what they did with DMCA. Just, I can't believe I'm agreeing with somebody in the music industry, but I get all sides of story. I get all sides of stuff. But come on. Why should I be saying hell yeah to somebody who would be best buddies with the RIAA? It's ridiculous. And also, let's not forget one of the classic problems with what's going on with Twitch DMCA right now, and that is the lack of any acknowledgement of what's called incidental use. That would be situations like what some people have actually had problems on their channels for. Loud radio, like with Jake and Bake. Loud radio. Someone drives by playing a Kanye song a little too loud, gets picked up in the stream, robot sends a takedown notice. And of course, there was somebody making fun of the idea of, oh, IRL streamers don't want to go to the store anymore because they might get DMCA'd because of music over the PA. And somebody was like, wow, they're paranoid. Somebody else was like, it's already happened. There's already somebody that had that happen. Incidental use. But Twitch just goes along with it. No. It's all about that safe harbor provision. It's not about you, the creator. And it's officially, legally not about you, the creator, either. It's about Twitch as a platform. Because the Twitch terms of service says that you're responsible for what you broadcast. And it's in writing, and they even say in all capital letters, this is a binding contract. Ah, those things, those legalese things that nobody reads. Isn't that amazing? And that's why I talk about the idea of a stream life crisis. I think at some point, reality's going to come crashing down on some of these people, and they're going to be asking themselves, what have I been doing all this time? Not just on Twitch, but as a streamer in general. Because let's face it, streaming is popular because you can do it just by hitting go live. There's no editing involved, no extra stuff that doesn't involve just being on camera. If you really like being on camera, streaming's where it's at. But it has its limits. That's one of the reasons why I'm just talking tonight about what to do with, taking the YouTube approach to streaming, which is streaming is good at some things but not at others, so play that to its strengths. Videos are good at some things but not at others, so play that to its strengths. And that also extends out to if you're involved on multiple platforms. Different platforms are better at different things, play the platforms to their strengths, instead of being artificially limited by the Twitch affiliate program. Nobody should be held back by the Twitch affiliate program. Actually, what they should do, they should educate themselves and then figure out how Twitch will be held back by it, not them. So, you take Twitch affiliate, for example, the $100 minimum in order to get paid out. Well, YouTube has that as well. There's a minimum accrued balance in order to get paid as a partner on YouTube. So, Twitch isn't doing anything wild and crazy. What they are doing is it's a platform that emphasizes the living daylights out of live stuff versus after the fact stuff. So because there's no way to gradually build up from live to after the fact, because there's no way to gradually build that up, there actually is such thing as an emphasis on concurrence, and there actually is such thing as emphasis on concurrence, and there is such thing as content that hurts you. Whereas on YouTube, you just make stuff, and even if like 10 people watch it, that adds up. The algorithms might pass it around a little, but when you put enough content into the system, you eventually get your 4,000 public watch hours, if it's stuff that people can enjoy later on as well. So there is a way to put in the work on YouTube, there is not on Twitch. Give me a red versus purple template in PowerPoint. I want to reverse everything and do streaming versus videos. I think it's about time we had some graphics to go along with some of the stuff we've been talking about. So, red versus purple template. Let's do something here. So let's do the strengths. So, streaming versus videos. And I think this is something that people are going to have to think about with regards to YouTube's development as a streaming platform as well. This time, no, let's see. Nope, let's not do that. Actually, let's just do Format Painter. Now they're both purple, and now this one will change to red. Where's the fill color for this? Shape format, shape fill. Do YouTube red for this sort of thing. Is that what it was? No, it was dark maroon. Okay. So then what we'll do then is just duplicate and paste. Just put this over here. We'll just do 2 of them. Whoops. So give me 2 reds, 2 purples, and just switch the colors on them using Format Painter. So purple is on that side, and red is on this side, and delete the dupes. I don't want to have to reposition everything. Save as. Streaming versus videos. There we go. Let's see. Let's set some things up here. Let's see what we gotta do. Jake and Big DMCA. Twitch post DMCA. So much of this stuff, man. So much of this stuff. Alright, let's get some PowerPoint going here. The strengths of streaming versus videos. The future is, of course, the future is streaming and videos as a blend, not necessarily streaming at the expense of videos. Because streams fundamentally have problems because it's only one take. So, streaming and edit videos. Get some bullet points going for these. Let's just get some bullet points going for these. Bold, underline. Let's see. Make it size 24. Bold, underline, center. This does not reflect on the platforms either, by the way. 16. This is more in line with what I want to do with these streams anyways, is behind the scenes stuff and working on things. Some people actually do this for their YouTube videos, but in my case, what I'd like to do, I don't want any of this stuff to spoil any videos. This is going to be more for things like graphical assets and stuff. Streaming. You know, so obviously it's live. Alright, so streaming. Evergreen. That's the biggie. Whoops, don't want to move the shape. Just want to do this. 16. Let's see, get rid of the underline. You know, let's just bold everything. Let's see, live, evergreen. So let's see, live, 1 take equals winging it. Evergreen, you can edit. Alright, and I guess for those we can just do this other stuff too. To this, and to this. Now let's see. This, turn that off. And let's turn this off. 1 take and winging it. Evergreen means you can edit. So, streaming, what is everything strong? What is everything strong against? What is everything weak against, so to speak? You're talking like it's like it's RTS units or something. So, streaming, what's it good at? Good at responding to stuff, and more responding to stuff, hanging out, chatting in real time. Well, in quotes, because there's usually some kind of latency involved. Good at responding to stuff, hanging out, chatting in real time. And what's another good thing that streaming's better at? Good at responding to stuff, hanging out, chatting in real time. C. And stuff that's more time sensitive. So if I'm reacting to the news of the day or something like that, or if I'm making something or whatnot, and you know, it's kind of a making of kind of thing, that's what streaming is good for. And that's one of the reasons why I want to have this type of stream available as well. Even if, say, the stream's not coherent enough to hit the streams playlist, we'll take sections of it and we'll put it in the playlist as well for stuff from streams. Videos, good at the long haul. This is really what defines YouTube here, and quite frankly, a lot of people start going off the rails, so to speak, when they listen to this bad advice about like regular YouTube uploads and stuff. No. If you gotta be regular, if you're gonna want to be regular with content, you're basically becoming a streamer if you do that. Streaming is about live, it's tied to time slots, your audience needs to know when to expect you. So, but videos, what your audience needs to be able to expect from you with videos is that they're good. And you're not just rushing stuff out the door just to fit some kind of schedule. Nearly every single creator I've seen who commits to a content schedule on the video side takes a hit to their quality. People catch that stuff, and they start calling them out. They're calling them out saying, hey, your show used to be better before you committed to having 2 episodes a week or whatever it is. And that's something I run into a lot, too, with people making YouTube videos. Even, multimedia meta commentators, is that their videos just get uninspired and dull. And in some cases, with people talking about the multimedia meta, these are people that sometimes make the same video about every 6 months. Because they're like, oh yeah, well, the discussion's kind of come back to this section, so this topic, so I'm just gonna make this video again. And actually, Harris Heller, I've seen do that. He's covered things like, how to grow a YouTube channel as a streamer twice, and I've been watching his channel long enough to have seen 2 videos about it at this point. Trying to use up the Suave hand sanitizer because it's got extra glycerin in it, so it's more like a hand cream or something. It's a little too slippery. It doesn't just, it's got vitamin E apparently, but I think it has glycerin. It's an inactive ingredient, right? Yep, glycerin, lubricant. It's like hand sanitizer Vaseline. Ugh, I hate hand sanitizer that's gummy. Ugh. Good at the long haul, and that's what YouTube is good at. So this is the thing, too, where I've got some videos, they sat at like 100 views for years, and now they're getting more views because the algorithm's passing them around. And sometimes, you gotta think about the technology that's involved. If YouTube's algorithms have so much stuff getting sent through them, when does the system finally get the resources to promote what it is that you're doing? Sometimes months or years later. But here's the thing. If you make the right stuff, this shortcoming of YouTube becomes something that you can work with. So in my case, with the wacky world of MultimediaJay, one of the big surprises, let's look at what's gotten the most. Let me fire up my analytics thing here. Fire up YouTube Studio. Go to the analytics page let's just look at, for bookmarks. Let's just look at the ad blocker ratios because those contain views. And let's see last 28 days. Well, it's sorted by views anyways. So let's look at the ad blocker ratios here. Firefox. Forza Horizon 4, no graphics card. Terrible ad blocker ratio. This thing is viral though. People are passing it around. This will die very hard whenever that stops. See. Windows 8 versus the Delosaurus from 2012. Here's the tech video that's doing the best. December 2019, thinking of converting my Z5500 into a powered sub. Look at that complete lack of a thumbnail. It's literally just a picture of the speaker. And I've been thinking about that with some of these, and of course you look at some of these uglier side George Foreman grills. I've been thinking about these title cards as thumbnails, especially since Dr. Disrespect became a YouTube streamer, and he usually has fan art of some sort as his thumbnail, and it's really good stuff. But you're biasing things a bit towards US English when you're having this text taking up the whole screen like this. You can't even see what the video's about. So as fun as it was to have these big letters on here, I think that for title cards, it's similar to what's another one that's HD Reality Check. Upscale DVD and streaming is good enough. Get over it. April 2016. Getting views in 2020, and that was years ago. That's one of the things I think I have to do with the titles of these things as well. Put more of what's in the video in there instead of having the text take up the whole screen. So I think there was one of them, it's probably in the top Sloppy speaker showdown. The Logitech K120, the perennial cheap rubber dome keyboard. There's one of them right there. But there's one that I think it was a new Dellosaurus that had that. Mid-knots. A Core 2 Quad in 2020. See, the text is taking up everything, so it's just all text. You can barely see that it's the computer. So that's one of the things I think I want to change. Keep the blue text, but make it smaller. Not fooled by GlitchCon, Rise the Monster Cat affiliates. So there's some stuff going on with the streams, and this is people, you know, checking them out after the fact, like listening to a radio show after the fact, which is something I've done before, by the way. Let's do last 365 days, though. Ad blocker ratios will not work because the unique viewer counter wasn't a thing. It's actually something really recent. So I would just do monetized playbacks versus views. Forza with no graphics card is one of the best of the last 365 days. Win 8 versus the Dellosaurus. Lysol to go all over your hands was Quicko Flicks. Doesn't even have a thumbnail, technically. Let's see. What's this? This is something by Diamond Ortiz? Yeah, Recognize. Diamond Ortiz. Yeah, how'd I know? Got the style down. Here's Android x86 versus Rubbish. So, the title is too big. I drop the text down and make it so you can see more of the computer. Or do like text on one side, the computer on the other. What about 32-bit Android x86? See, this is the sort of thing where you can actually see... This is the sort of thing where you can actually see what's going on. It's not just big blue text. First pressure DK oldies. Dell Optiplex, another Dellosaurus. Mid-knots, Core 2 Quad. Where is that one, though? There's one of these in here somewhere. There's one of these in here somewhere. Yeah. Classic WoW versus Modern WoW. See, the letter is just too big. I think a new Dellosaurus, or the Incredible Dellosaurus Rex. There it is! Dellosaurus Rex, the Genesis. February 18th, 2020. So what I would do with this case is I'd have the computer on the side, and I would have the text left aligned and shrink it down so it didn't cover up the computer. That's the sort of thing that I think I'd like to look at for this. But YouTube is actually working on deprecating the thumbnail meta via things like the mouse over previews. If you have an off the charts thumbnail, people can mouse over in some browsers and see instantly that you just hammed up your thumbnail and your video doesn't really look like that. I think that's going to kill the meta at some point. All right, so go to the long haul. We got into that tangent specifically because of the whole thing with the long haul, and that's the thing that matters here. And the thing is, because the algorithms will send views your way and people can pass stuff around after the fact, a platform that is very good at after the fact stuff like YouTube, that also has a user base that is conditioned to binge watch after the fact content. This is an environment where everything you've done up to that point can matter. Even if you have a bunch of small videos, it all eventually adds up. And this is also one of the things I want to talk about with this streaming versus videos thing too, is that only in a platform like Twitch that has such a huge emphasis on streaming and being live is there such thing as content that harms you. Go to the long haul. Okay. I probably should make a duplicate of this as well. So let's see. Go to the long haul for videos. Let's see. Why don't we do that? Or no? Spotting stuff hanging out in chat, real time, or stuff that's more time sensitive. Whereas videos are something you can edit and they're good at the long haul. Oh yeah, how about the quality ceiling? Because it's live, there is a quality ceiling due to the inability to edit. Now, you can use YouTube's editor to make very basic edits and essentially turn your so-called VODs into highlight videos. Take out all the boring bits. So that way people watching don't see everything as it happens. So when you walked away to use the bathroom and it was your chair for 10 minutes, you can cut that in YouTube after the fact. It's another big thing too. This is another thing that should be making Twitch streamers jealous. You know, if something goes wrong in your stream on Twitch, what do people say? Delete the VOD. Well, looks like I have to delete the VOD now. Something goes wrong in your stream on YouTube, you stop your stream, you go to the video, and you edit that out, and then save changes, or save as new. But you have the option of taking out anything you want to take out after the fact. You don't have that option on Twitch. You just have a highlight editor that only takes single thing highlights. It doesn't like do a split and take out stuff in the middle, like the YouTube Cloud Editor does. Quality stealing due to the inability to edit versus can be crafted from scratch and refined to become the best version of what you want to say as possible. And that comes to another difference between streaming and videos. Better at general hanging out and talking. Streaming out vlogs. And this is something you run into. You know what? I think we could take away the bold-face on this. It won't look too bad, will it? Yeah, let's do that. We don't need everything to be bold-faced. Turn that off. Hanging out and talking. Should that be... may strike a reader as too informal. Yeah, who cares? This is supposed to be informal. Better at general hanging out and talking, streaming out vlogs. Yeah, I mean, what are vlogs these days? They're just edited, like, IRL streams. The daily vloggers, are there daily vloggers even still? Well, maybe people that don't have as good of internet and stuff like that, or people that just don't want to be live. I mean, if you just want to, say, make videos about your life, vlogging gives you way more control than streaming does. But not like, say, IRL streamers, where, over on Twitch, where someone, you know, someone's like, hey, look, a streamer, and they stream snipe somebody by basically streaking in front of the camera, like a streaker at a sports event. And, oh, you get banned for nudity. Oh, there you go. Right. Whereas just, you know, if you're making a vlog, you could just edit that out afterwards. Can be crafted from scratch and refined to become the best version of what you want to say as possible. Now, another thing with videos are better at topical content because the video can be organized from scratch. So that's another thing we have too. So yeah, quality stealing due to the inability to edit versus no quality stealing. And let's talk about perishability. Inherently perishable due to the time sensitivity of live events, unless heavily edited after the fact. And this is things like, for example, once you do that, though, you kind of convert the stream into a video. So, probably should put that in there. So, at which point a stream basically becomes a video. Which one is this? Oh, it's Desert Brawl by Vans in Japan. It sounds like something from... sounds like a combat theme from an RPG. I'm sure that was the point of it all. Videos. Not so perishable. And therefore, can become interesting to a whole new audience a long time after the fact. And I'm referencing things like Disney movies and stuff too for this. And I remember when The Lion King came out on DVD and I was like, this is an old movie, who's gonna care? And then I thought, wait a minute, there's kids that weren't alive when it was in theaters. They weren't born yet. So technically, Disney was able to reintroduce the video to a whole new generation. The same thing too with some older games as well. More classic Mario games, stuff like that, introduced into a whole new generation. And people play them on their phones or something, or not phones, but they play them on their 3DS or something instead of their NES. That's what happens when you make something good that can last. Not so perishable and therefore can become interesting. A whole new audience to a whole new audience a long time after the fact. So the question is, what to do with what? Well, it should be becoming obvious as we fill in these bullet points here. So, because of this, we'd like to, let's consider the other stuff when it comes to how this works. in a hybrid, not hybrid, but in an environment with videos, streams should be, with strong videos, I should say. Streams should be a sidecar that doesn't take over the channel due to their inherent weaknesses. In an environment with live streaming, videos should stick to their guns, quotes, and support whatever streaming is going on until there's a feedback loop. Now, you might have seen Twitch commentators and even people like myself talk about feedback loops between YouTube and Twitch. But really, that was kind of a smokescreen. When you stop and think about it, you're really talking about feedback loops between streaming and videos. So you don't want to have streams do what videos are supposed to do. You don't want to have videos do what streams are supposed to do. So this is why I think that maybe the daily vloggers, other than editing, daily vloggers basically IRL streamers with more control over editing. But even in that case, you want to create something that tells a story. So if it's Joey's first day at kindergarten, you want to vlog about that and make a video for YouTube or something like that, then you'll record it, you'll edit it, but you'll make sure it tells a story as opposed to messing around on camera, which is what streaming essentially is in some cases when things aren't working right or there's nothing going on. So, see, in the video world, streaming is footage, not videos. And on the other side, in the streaming world, I'm trying to think of a good parallel for that. Okay. Streams are special events in reference to videos. Evergreen versions. So think like studio tracks from a musician versus a live show. It's probably going to sound better. The studio version is probably going to have more fancy effects and stuff. It's going to be more the sort of thing you want to have playing on your phone. But actually, concert footage will be subject to the limitations of being live and having to be done all in one shot. So you see where I'm coming from with this? And I think really the clip that I made last night is probably a really wonderful example of that. I mean, I do talk about the stream life crisis and why it's a thing and why I think it's something to think about. But it could have been better as a YouTube video. This is the fundamental problem that you run into when you don't maintain the concentrated coolness, so to speak, of streaming versus videos. Very important with that. Trying to think of what else I'd want to put in this thing. From a monetization standpoint, YouTube is working on an applause feature. But what would that actually do other than, well, what it would do is take the ability to donate to a channel and just add it to the UI. I could already put in a link to my Stream Elements or something, or Streamlabs or whatever, and people can dono off of videos that way, but who's going to do it? Some people actually make money off of donos by doing things badly on a live stream so that people can make fun of them with text-to-speech and stuff like that, like cooking streams. I've seen do this. People are just being funny in cooking streams. Hey, I can't cook. Come tell me how much I can't cook in text-to-speech. $2 a message. Yeah. I don't know if that would translate well over to videos. That's why I'm thinking channel memberships are the biggie, because tips are donos. Because donos and cheering on the Twitch side of things isn't what streamers want to focus on in terms of the revenue side of becoming a full-time streamer. They focus on the tier 1 subs. These are people who have deliberately decided to support these people monthly. And so I think the analog to that is channel memberships. I'm actually thinking of in-housing this. I do have the Patreon and everything, but yeah, Patreon's cool and all, but I wonder sometimes about the business model of Patreon. I should bring that up on screen. I sometimes wonder about the business model of Patreon. Not just the political stuff that they do here. But we just have to see what kind of perks and benefits we can attach to, you know, tiers on YouTube, specifically. Especially when it's going to be my main platform. And let's not get that wrong. I mean, I have anything I do on YouTube or on Twitch or Facebook would be niche. I'm not even interested in Facebook for gaming or streaming. Under the right niche conditions, I might be curious, but the real names thing's a real turn away for me. Streaming is footage, not videos. In the streaming world, streams of special events in reference to videos is evergreen footage. See, let's put the music analogs in here. Music, analogy, live concerts. And, well, even live albums have some amount of editing to them. So let's just say live concerts, music, analogy, studio albums. So there's some of our differences right there. So hopefully this really kind of hints at what I've learned with regards to streaming versus videos this year. Some of it on Twitch, but also YouTube streaming as well, because YouTube really has me thinking about what it is that I'm doing and just how I run afoul of this. And this is why I joked about being a lousy streamer when I first started the show, because, you know, I'm here looking at, you know, some of what I've done, and I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, it's not getting any views. But here's the issue. There are some things that streams are better at, and there are some things that videos are better at. You got to play the formats to their strengths. And so that means if need be, not streaming. Now I want to actually mention something. We'll actually do some YouTube versus Twitch for this one. See, YouTube versus Twitch. Content that hurts you, holds you back. Can that fit? All right, YouTube versus Twitch, content that holds you back. We'll do Twitch. Twitch affiliate, YouTube partner. Get it down to one bullet point here. One pallet per lane. Inside joke. 9 to 5ers will get it. One pallet per lane. Door 2, 01. That is one of the biggest inside jokes I've ever said on this darn channel. So, one of the key differences too, we do have to mention this with regards to YouTube versus Twitch. One of the defining things with Twitch is, quite frankly, the focus on concurrence. Twitch uniquely focuses on concurrence. Concurrent equals average. Well, we know about the difference between concurrence and views, how they are radically different measurements, and it's not a good idea to think that concurrents are basically the stream. Concurrents are basically the stream answer to YouTube views, because YouTube will increment a view if someone watches enough of something for it to count. A concurrent, someone has to be the average of one person for the entire length of the stream. So, I don't know if we really need to focus on this. But if I actually check my Twitch dashboard with Google, let's go Google Chrome here. If I actually check my creator dashboard on Twitch, and this is one of the things I'll be looking at with the game streams that I'm doing this weekend. My average concurrence for path to affiliate, the last metric is 2.96 out of 3. To receive affiliate into, can we put this on screen? We'd have to link the browser manually because Chrome does not have something. Yeah, I don't actually have Chrome as something I can look at here. Let's just go to generic browser. Let's go to Avast Secure and let's flip that over to Chrome. Anything that runs off of Chromium is a problem. All right. Close that. Here we are on Twitch. Stream summary from Saturday, November 28th. So path to affiliate. The last thing to get is, let's just get this back to normal here. The last stream between live and VOD got 75 views. That's cool. Again, the difference between concurrents. You're talking 75 views with an average of like 3-something concurrents for the entire stream. So Twitch is unique. Concurrent viewership, including hosts and raids. So Twitch is unique in its emphasis on concurrence. So right now, the last one is at 296 out of 3. So what I've been doing specifically to finish this off is looking to meet felt needs in the community. I'm leaving all of the usual MultimediaJay stuff aside and just doing play some stuff, just reminiscing on retro games that are not properly represented on Twitch. Most of the Super Nintendo stuff that I have is very, very empty for some reason. Let me go to Twitch directly. Well, not in Chrome, but let me go to Twitch directly in Avast Secure. I have 3 different browsers for this kind of stuff. So if I go to Twitch right now, let me actually see what kind of how things are, and let's make sure it's muted. Mute. There's a music thing going on. Some DJ person doing... See, and Twitch wonders why they drew the ire of the music industry like this. I'm constantly seeing DJs on the front page. Every single set is a masterclass in creativity. He has shown the world what it means to be the best behind the decks. His name is Zach. He's done stuff. He's won stuff. Join the greatness in chat. Whenever you do, don't ask him about... Whatever you don't ask him about beans. So, let's see. Yeah, a bunch of people. Oh, it's recommending E-Rob to me. So, I don't know if I've ever had E-Rob recommended. Angel plays. He's playing ESO to 147 concurrents. So, let me actually look at some of these. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time has 618 viewers right now. Who's streaming it? So... Pokemon Tournament is tomorrow. 28 viewers. So there's people... Let me just do views high to low. 1 year Twitch anniversary. Okay, that's cool. 241 concurrents for the largest person who is speedrunning Ocarina of Time. So it's not somebody that's actually playing the game such that if someone wants to become familiar about a retro classic, then they can, but this is not somebody actually enjoying the game. It's someone speedrunning. They might be using glitches, hacks, things like that to try and get as fast as they can. Speedrunning culture is a completely separate thing from just experiencing retro games with a little nostalgia when you're old enough to have enjoyed them in their heyday. So that's Zelda Ocarina of Time. Let me look up Super Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart, 38 viewers. There is one person right now playing a ROM hack, which is TOS. So this is Twitch, this is Twitch waiting once again until somebody... This is Twitch once again waiting until somebody calls them out to enforce policy like this. Playing pirated software is against TOS on Twitch. But there is somebody streaming it at least. Most of the time, for some reason, the Super Mario Kart directory is empty. Let me actually go to Mario Kart 64. Just the next game up in the series. 3D? Uh-huh. Why can't I find it? Let me just see here. I'm gonna have to do 2 words. Mario Kart 64. Yeah, there it is. I just saw it. 3 viewers. There is 1 person playing Mario Kart 64 to 3 concurrents. So... it's more empty than usual. How about Mario Kart Double Dash? Just go through the whole... See, the thing with Mario Kart is that everybody, people are so familiar with Mario Kart that you could probably play any of the games and people might be like, oh, which one is that? Mario Kart Double Dash, it has speedrunners with 200 concurrents. Somebody in Australia with 5. How about Mario Kart 7? How about Mario Kart 7, which would be the DS version? Well, who could stream on the DS here? Mario Kart DS. 7 was 3DS, I think. Channels. I don't want to see channels. I want to see games. I probably got to do 2 words. So, how about Mario Kart Super Circuit? The Game Boy Advance one. Doesn't even have a thumbnail thing. Nobody's playing Mario Kart Super Circuit. Isn't that available in the Wii Store? So I could introduce myself to... isn't that available in the Wii Store because it's a Game Boy Advance game? Or the Nintendo eShop? Isn't that available in the eShop? So I could get that and have the directory for Mario Kart Super Circuit all to myself if I went live with that right now. So here's the thing. We get back to this whole thing that we're looking at here. Content that hurts you. I'm looking specifically content that holds you back. I'm looking specifically for examples. Twitch uniquely focuses on concurrence. One of the side effects of this, maybe it's getting a little late for me. One of the side effects of this is that there is, in a world where live is all that matters, like Twitch, there is such thing as content that hurts you. Content that holds you back. Twitch uniquely focuses on concurrence. Twitch affiliate. Affiliate requires 3 concurrence in a 30-day moving average. So that is a moving average, right? I don't like to use terms that... moving average. Data point C is average different subsets of the full data set. Well, let's just say 30-day average. Gotta brush up on my statistics with some of the analytics stuff that I'm curious about. Twitch affiliate requires 3 concurrence in a 30-day average as well. But that's the big one that matters. Twitch affiliate requires 3 concurrence. It is measured in a 30-day average. Let's do that. In light of this, to progress on Twitch as a beginner, you need 3 concurrence on average. So how do you get that? You put a good show together and make sure you don't end up at the bottom of a directory. You don't want to be the umpteenth person playing the latest Pokemon game. You don't want to be the umpteenth person playing Smash Brothers. You don't want to be the umpteenth person playing anything where people can't find you. So, this is why I've been focusing... I mean, let me actually go back to Twitch. F-Zero. Let me look at the F-Zero series. What's represented in F-Zero? So F-Zero for the SNES is empty. F-Zero GX for the GameCube is empty. What about F-Zero X? F-Zero X for the Nintendo 64 is empty. So I could take my pick of the F-Zero games and play those and have the directory to myself right now. Anybody who's interested in F-Zero or nostalgia or something, or maybe, here's one of the cute things about Twitch. You can click follow on specific games and get notified when streamers are playing them. So, theoretically, besides notifications on whether anybody knows about you, I wonder if this means that if I follow F-Zero X, will Twitch try to introduce me to streamers that are streaming F-Zero X when they go live? Well, there's only one way to find that out. Let me see if I get flooded with notifications. Browse games on Twitch. I'm logged in on Twitch, so let me see the biggest... Oh, please. Twitch revamped everything, so now I'm in the browse category. I'm trying to browse games, and it's recommending games. I want to see everything. Oh, no. Please tell me they haven't done this. Well, let's try not using the purple button for browse games. Following. Twitch homepage. Hit browse. Categories. Okay, that's what I want. And let's do viewers high to low. Most popular game on the most popular game on Twitch right now is Minecraft. What happens if I hit follow on Minecraft? XQC's got nearly 50 grand to his name right now. I go to the front page. Do I start seeing a bazillion well, I already know XQC. So, recommended Minecraft channels? How does this work? You can follow specific games. Ooh. Hey, this is recommended smaller communities. Whoa. Not gonna tune into the stream just right now, but oh look, I got an ad. We'll hit follow. Probably get called out in the middle of the Twitch stream. MultimediaJay, thanks for the follow. or one of the numerous ways people that aren't nerds mispronounce it. MultimediaJay was the winner there. I'm looking on Twitch right now. I have to see how this works. I'm following Minecraft right now, so I want to see how this affects my experience with Twitch. So, it's the most popular game. Do I get dings when people go online or something? Huh. We'll have to see that. But that's the thing, you know. I can take my pick of the F-Zero games right now and have the categories to myself. And then we just check everything during prime time and stuff. But that's the thing. I can't really stream what I want to stream, because if I want to get Twitch affiliate, I need 3 concurrents, and nobody's going to find me if I'm streaming games that everybody else is already playing. There's still an element of elitism, and not just elitism, but a lack of algorithm technology on Twitch. So you're still in an environment where the biggest are always promoted the most because it's viewers high to low for most other stuff. I know for a lot of other stuff. You can't really find new people to watch. It's all technology stuff with the site design that Twitch would have to work on. So you need 3 concurrents on average because of this. Any stream that doesn't give you 3 concurrents is a stream that holds you back. So now you're a brand new streamer, you want to stream, but if you don't get those magical 3 concurrents, it doesn't matter. It hurts you. So I can have the best stream in the world. One person watches, bad stream. See what I mean here? See what I mean by this, by concurrence and emphasis on concurrence being a problem? You know, you don't have you make a good stream. No, let's put a bullet point in for that. Don't keep saying it. Show it. This is video, isn't it? Okay. You can have a really well put together stream with good show flow and good showmanship. If it has less than 3 concurrents, it's a bad stream. Not fair, but it doesn't help you progress, and it counts against your concurrence. It counts against your concurrence for the Twitch affiliate path to affiliate. What's this? What's it complaining about now? Oh, it doesn't think I'm concise enough. This is DJ Williams. I thought this sounded familiar. You can have a really well put together stream with, let's just do like hyphens between them. With good show flow and good showmanship, if it has less than 3 concurrents, it's a bad stream. Bad streams count against your path to affiliate and path to partner later on. Bad streams exist regardless of how good your stream was, simply because people didn't watch. And it could be you were streaming at a bad time, everybody was too busy, there was something good on TV that night. It has nothing to do with whether your content is good or not. This is where Devin Nash and I go our separate ways on some of this stuff, where your content doesn't suck automatically just because you don't have any viewers. Your stream, no matter how good it is, becomes a bad stream when it comes to the path to affiliate, path to partner, whatever, simply because of concurrence or a lack of concurrence. Hey, you know, the system could glitch out and nobody could get notifications, so you have 0 viewers. Doesn't matter how good your stream is, it's a bad stream. So, YouTube partner, no emphasis on concurrence on YouTube. Big smiley. Let's see, let's finish the Twitch affiliate box here first. So, this is why you can get into streaming as a brand new streamer and have streaming gurus actually telling you to stream less or stop streaming, even though you just got into streaming and you like it. This is all an unintended consequences. These are all unintended consequences of any emphasis on concurrence, content gets nerfed. This is one of the ways content gets nerfed, as opposed to people being afraid of DMCA strikes or something like that. And when the content gets nerfed, you know, Twitch isn't as good of a platform to watch. At some point, this will go full circle, and this will come back to this whole situation. This will all come back to Twitch not being as interesting of a platform to watch. So let's go over to YouTube Partner here, and let's talk about whether or not you can have content that holds you back. No emphasis on concurrence on YouTube. YouTube is a streaming platform, but it's also big on video and big on after-the-fact stuff. No emphasis on concurrence on YouTube. So, let's see. Twitch uniquely focuses on concurrence. Twitch affiliate requests. So no emphasis on concurrence on YouTube. Because of this, the only bad streams are streams that are actually bad. I know it sounds so common sense that bad content is bad content, but with no more concurrence, there you go. And it would just do like lack of showmanship, boring, bad looking, you know, lack of showman. Well, that falls under showmanship. Lack of showmanship, boring, etc. So you only suck when you actually suck. Is saying the word suck what keeps getting me demonetized on the streaming side? Streaming on YouTube is demonetization is about 3 years behind demonetization on videos. There's also no self-declaring stuff either yet. So I gave up on monetization a long time ago, except for gaming streams. Must be a way to kind of carrot and stick people into streaming more games on here. So, a YouTube partner side, or path to... why don't we just do... We don't want to make it sound like it's the programs. Path to Twitch affiliate, and then path to YouTube partner. No emphasis on concurrence on YouTube. The only bad streams are streams that are actually bad. Lack of showmanship, boring, etc. So, there you go. Because the concurrents are not a thing on YouTube, what this also means is, when you're new to streaming, YouTube is better for practicing streaming due to no path to affiliate being held back. YouTube is also better, although the numbers will be different, for experimentation as to what works and getting everything refined before going to Twitch, where your concurrence matter. So if you're nervous about streaming, you're brand new to it and whatnot, you would practice on YouTube, but then if you become a decent-sized YouTube streamer, why would you go back to Twitch? That's the thing. You have to be interested in things that are specific to Twitch. In my case, Twitch affiliate will unlock Twitch Prime. So that would basically mean if I have, get back tech videos on here, tell the audience, if you have Amazon Prime, but you're not interested in Twitch, sub to me on Twitch with your Twitch Prime, and that's a free way to support the channel to the tune of $2.50 a month. And it costs you $0. I'm curious if anybody who does stuff on both YouTube and Twitch has figured this out yet. That, there might be people like tech videos. They may not be interested in Twitch or video games, but they can support you if they have Amazon Prime by using their Twitch Prime on you, even though they don't watch Twitch. Just show them how to do it. It's one of those things where I'm fishing for more ways. If folks want to support what I do, tech videos or otherwise, there's ways to do that without spending anything. Letting the ads run is one thing for, not using an ad blocker. Then the other, Twitch Prime would open up, or Prime Gaming as it's called nowadays, would open up another avenue of free support. So, one of those cool things that if you pay attention to multiple platforms and don't fishbowl yourself on any one of them, you notice. And what works, getting everything refined before going to Twitch where your concurrents matter. So essentially, you'll stream, and YouTube allows PC streaming right off the bat. YouTube, which is the better format to start with because, you don't want to be running around risking your privacy with IRL if you can barely even stream. YouTube allows PC streaming to start. Mobile streaming comes later with subs. 1,000 subscribers. I think some of YouTube's some of the stuff that YouTube... Is this another DJ Williams thing? The Missing 11th... Oh, how'd I guess? I can tell by the genre. YouTube allows PC streaming to start. Mobile streaming comes later with subs. So it's a better format to begin with that kind of stuff anyways. But that's... If you're going to be a game streamer, you're basically PC streaming, unless you're streaming on your phone. So, unless you're streaming like PUBG Mobile from your phone or something like that. No. Mobile streaming comes later with subs. So, But here's the important part. Lots of small videos eventually add up. That's the key difference here. So you can have streams, they'll contribute watch hours towards your watch hours goal. And people may sub, that'll just happen because people like you and click the button. That's something that happens as you build up, you know, a subscriber base. Whether they stay or not, who cares? You know, it's just a matter of they clicked the button. I don't even think these click a button goals are really good for any of these platforms. It's kind of just a way for people not to get everything all at once. And YouTube's the worst of the three with that. 1,000 subscribers versus 50 followers on Twitch and 100 followers on Facebook. Probably something for YouTube to reevaluate as the competition heats up. But the lots of small videos thing. This is the sort of thing that I remember people talking about, small partnered channels. And yeah, they made pennies off each video, but they just made a ton of stuff. And all of that eventually added up to something significant. And it's a passive income, so once you're done, you're done. The more stuff you make, the more that number goes up. Goes up slowly, slower than subs and donos. But I think channel memberships might be a good deterrent to that, because people want value for their memberships. So on the stream side, you may be talking like custom emojis and things like that, but on the video side, they're supporting something that they regularly get entertainment and value and information from. That's the beauty of YouTube partnerships, and you can set the tiers. Instead of, haha, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, haha, you know, oil prints tier, make your own oil prints tier. Like anybody will ever do that. I don't think I could do that with a straight face. You know, I'm still a guy doing this in my spare time, so... You know, if I meant like oil prints tier, $1,000 a month, I'd be like, yeah, right. Put a special emoji on that. That just sounds like a ripoff to me, you know. But lots of small videos eventually adding up. That was actually, this is Baker Street. Oh, Hanu Dixit. This is a more recent one. You know what? Let me just manually override this. Where's all the DJ Williams stuff? 75 or lower. Where is that? And lower. There we go. Wouldn't be a MultimediaJay stream without me playing this at least once. Lots of small videos eventually add up. This is how small channels have been growing for a long time. This is absolutely where, yeah. And that's the thing. You have people making like pennies per video, but they have lots of videos, and it eventually adds up. And they make sure it's evergreen and binge-watchable. That's one of the things I don't think streaming is as good at. Some people, they like me as a person, so they'll listen to stuff like I'm doing a radio show. This is probably where why I should bring the radio style series back to YouTube and do commentary, straight up commentary instead of working on stuff. But even then, am I better off? I don't think I'm better off doing that versus just making something. And that way I can keep it concise. As opposed to, if you're live and people don't know the context of what you're saying, you have to repeat stuff and things like that. Listen to a radio show, you might hear that. Same stuff being brought up over and over again throughout the 2-hour time slot. So, because of this, because there is no emphasis on concurrence, there's no such thing as bad content. Because of this system, there is no such thing as bad content. Making better content, that's a new bullet point. Making better content just speeds up your progression. It doesn't send you back. I don't know how much more concise I can get with this, but there you go. And that's the difference. Content doesn't hold you back, so you make more and better content. No nerf. Bada bing. Now I'm just having too much fun with this DJ Williams music. Let's just play the whole song start to finish as we look over these wonderful slides that we've created and get ready to send them up to Twitter. I also need to get involved with a graphics site that is similar for like social media for pictures these days. Imager or something like that. I'm involved on Instagram, but Instagram is very mobile specific. I think I'd be better off on something that's more PC friendly, but not Twitch, so I can't make directories for all of these. So I can't separate out the infographic type things, the PowerPoint slides from the ESO screenshots and whatnot. I need a place where I can make albums. Got to figure that out. I haven't done this stuff on a regular basis since PhotoBucket, but I think in today's world of social media, if there's picture social media that isn't Instagram, that is PC friendly, that's where I should go next. What is that? This is louder, but it ducks down a little. I think everything says what it needs to say. Musical interlude. Good stuff. Absolute good stuff, DJ Williams. We have our slides. We have a reason for having this stream tonight. Good stuff. And this is the sort of hanging out, doing stuff that I wanted to be doing on these streams all along. Not necessarily doing commentaries and everything. Tonight we got to take a good look at what specifically is good for streams and what specifically is good for videos. Time to put that into action. We're doing some game streaming on Twitch this weekend to finish the path to affiliate, meeting felt needs in the Twitch ecosystem with Mario Kart and F-Zero games and other stuff that isn't properly represented on Twitch. From the retro era that I can be very contemporary to. Be having some fun with that. Social media is youtube.com/MultimediaJay, twitter.com/MultimediaJay, twitch.tv/MultimediaJay. multimediajay.wordpress.com, and MultimediaJay TV on Instagram. We're going to time it right with the ending of this awesome song, 75 and Lower by DJ Williams, and sound like a radio guy yet again, even though my voice is pretty shot at this point. Thinking of switching over to regular water in these things instead of something that's in any way sweetened. No sugar effects, but I'm wondering if sucralose can have the same thing. We made some pretty nice graphics tonight. Now let's get on to the weekend. Till next time, this is Multimedia Jay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.